This is Larry Jordan, the host of the Digital Production Buzz. The following interview is an excerpt from a recent program. To hear the entire program, visit digitalproductionbuzz.com. Nicholas Pisarro Jr. has developed complex software and hardware for over 40 years. He's also been working with Final Cut since version 1. Recently, he updated his product for Final Cut Pro 10 called Backups for Final Cut Pro that makes backups easy. And if we've managed to switch our Skype box, I get to say, hello, Nicholas.
There he is.
Good to have you back.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be back. I've been catching up on some old programs, so I get into the rhythm of things, and it's always enjoyable.
Nick, I just realized that the last time we had you on the show was July of 2013. What have you been doing since over that last year and a half?
Well, I do iOS work. I've done a couple of projects for a company called Arcos Golf that sells a set of sensors you put on your golf clubs, and it knows when you hit the ball, and it sends it to your iPhone, and you can actually see where you hit the ball on the golf course and all kinds of statistics like that.
The sensors are on the golf club?
Yeah, it fits on the head of the golf club where with a handle that is a standard fitting on the top of that. So you just unscrew that and you plug these things. It's a set of like 14 sensors. There's a special one for the putter.
Oh my gosh!
And they've gotten themselves in the physical Apple stores as well as the Apple website. So they've got a ton of money. They've done everything first class. And if you go to arcosgolf.com and watch the video, they've done this video that's so good you want to rip open your wallet and buy one of these sets just because the video is so good. I mean, they really did a first class.
This doesn't even sound fair. Put sensors on your golf club to know where it was hit.
Well, the next one.
Well, they actually have a version of the app for tournaments that turns off a lot of the statistics.
Turns off?
You can still use it in a tournament, but you can't look at your game until you're finished the game.
Ah, that's a great idea.
Record your game, but you can't use it to see how you're doing and things like that.
That's very cool.
You'd be so bogged down with technology, you forget exactly. Just don't think.
Well, I want to see it broadcasting from the golf ball. That's really what I want to see.
It's one of the problems people have with those fitness things.
Yeah.
I mean, you're so wired into all this fitness technology that, geez, just run, jog.
Well, the problem is building electronics that can handle the 1,000 G force when you're in the golf ball.
Well, you've obviously done it.
I mean, Nick, I want to talk about another piece of software you've written, which is called Backups for Final Cut Pro 10. Tell us about what that does.
Well, my inspiration for it was the original backup feature of Final Cut Pro 7, which would back up all your work every 7 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. Mm-hmm. And initially, Final Cut Pro 10 didn't have anything like that. And particularly the earlier versions were particularly prone to
crashing.
Yeah, crashing and mulching your files. And then, any editing thing, like you go and color balance your whole thing and decide that's not right, and you say, "Oh, how am I going to get out of this?" and whatnot. So, so that was my inspiration. I've also, as a software developer, developed backup programs for the last 40 years or so. So I know that technology very well. So it was a perfect fit for me to develop this program.
Now, are we talking backups? Because it almost sounds like you're talking versions, where you've got multiple versions in case you want to go back 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Are we looking at versioning or actual backups of media and all the edit information?
Well, it will back up your media, but the basic goal of it is to back up your work every few minutes, up to every 2 minutes, or if you want.
So the backups are rewriting the other backup. We're not having a ton of different backups.
So you can restore to any if you do it every 2 minutes, you can restore to any of the 2-minute backups that you've done. It creates snapshots, and each snapshot just has the files that have changed since the last one. So it, it's a continuous record of what you did.
How would I differentiate between your backups and the backups that Final Cut itself makes? Because it does a backup of the databases every 15 minutes. What would be the advantage of using your system?
Well, I do it a lot more often. I mean, when you're editing, 15 minutes is like an eternity in the amount of work you can get done. I also have a lot of customization features. One thing it has is if you do a manual backup, you can say why you did it. So you can say, well, I've just finished the color balance of the such and such project. Because one of the problems with doing a restore is you don't remember when you did something. You have to, when did I finish the rough cut? You have no idea. Right? So you can click on and you say, I finished the rough cut of the such and such movie or whatever you're working on. And then you know that if you want to go back to that stage, you can do it. You can also restore. I let you restore individual projects, events. I save your motion templates. I back those up automatically. So, that's a whole other area where you're doing work. And I don't think Motion does that for you, for example.
Now, I understand, if my notes are correct, that you're working on a beta of a new version. Is that true?
Right. I'm just coming out with a new version. It has, I've added filters so that you can just back up certain libraries. You can set up a backup for just a particular library. Another problem is that the program uses the modified date of your file to know when to back it up. But if you're backing up across file systems, the dates are stored in a slightly different way for say Windows versus Mac, or if it's on an Xan, or it's and so I've come up with a way of storing those so it will work across file systems. And then I put in it's feature creep. So I put in a little trim button so you can delete the old snapshots, and just little things like that make it run a little smoother for people. I get I have almost no, I almost get no support requests for it. It's quite amazing.
That's a wonderful
So
tribute.
it obviously works.
I only get about a support email about once every couple of weeks, and most of the time it's for features and things. Yeah. So if somebody asks for support, I can give them I spend an hour on a message because I can do it.
It needs to be said.
I have a very loyal following. I'm really amazed. I've not gotten less than a 3-star review on the App Store, and it's rated 5 stars, and it works.
That's what I was going to say.
How much is it?
Most of the customers are professional people. They're not casual users. They're people that use it full time.
Nick, how much is the software?
It's only $18.
Wow. And it's available in the App Store?
It's on the App Store. You can just look for backups and it'll pop up. Or if you look for Final Cut Pro, it'll appear on the same page as Final Cut Pro.
And what's your plan for the new version? Have you figured out when it's going to be released?
I have a release candidate out there, and it'll probably be out in the next week or two.
Oh, that's very exciting.
It's an amazingly sophisticated program. You don't think about this as a what could be
as a user.
Yeah, well, the thing I've discovered is the software that does the most is also it's well designed. It's easy to use. You don't realize how technically complex it is. What website can people go to learn more about your software?
Well, I just set up an easy URL, videobackups.biz.
That's all one word, videobackups.biz. And Nick Pisarro Jr. is the president of NP Associates, LLC. Nick, as always, a delight talking to you. Thanks for joining us today.
Very good.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.